Watch this whole video. The cryptocurrency market is going crazy, and today we'll decide what will happen to XRP Ripple. You're not prepared. Today the choice will be made. Will the SEC make XRP coin prices go up? It may sound strange, but this is exactly what all holders want to happen. The CEO of Ripple, on the other hand, is not confused. They know what's going to happen. Some people think that XRP Ripple coin could go up to $13,000 in just a few days. That's pretty cool, right? You'll be amazed by that movie. Let's jump right in. Nota bene. Bale tweeted that XRP just got a lot of attention, which might not be a compliment. As the SEC gets ready for one of the most important events in recent crypto history, all eyes are on Ripple and its own coin. Paul Atkins, the new chair of the SEC, is going to speak to the agency's crypto meeting today. There is already talk that Ripple could become the star of the show. It's not a sudden buzz. Brett on X, a well-known market commentator, says that sources say Atkins is planning to use XRP and Ripple as examples of clear regulations and responsible innovation. This is a shocking change, given that the SEC has been suing the company for years. What was once seen as an example of too much government control could now become the model for how digital assets are judged in the US. And there is no doubt that the tone has changed. As a boss, Atkins has said that he sees a new day for the SEC. He has hinted that the agency might shift from its previous enforcement-heavy approach. His words, along with similar ones from Stuart Alderode, Ripple's chief legal officer, point to a shift toward rules that help growth instead of stopping it. That change couldn't have come at a better time, and it's not just for Ripple. The whole crypto business needs clarity. When you talk about Ripple's history, you can't leave out how rough the legal fight has been. When the SEC filed its case at the end of 2020, it sent shockwaves through the crypto world and made XRP unclear. Because of this, there were years of court cases, heated arguments, and market turbulence. There was a fight back, though, and finally, in 2023, the court said that selling XRP on secondary markets did not count as buying or selling stock. Not only was it a legal win, but it was also a moment of truth. During that battle, Ripple did more than just protect itself. It grew. The company expanded its reach around the world, created blockchain-based solutions for central banks, and formed relationships with big banks like Santander and Bank of America. The SEC tried to make Ripple look like an issue for investors, but it was actually building exactly what the government said they wanted: enterprise-grade crypto utility that is legal. This time, with Paul Atkins in charge, Ripple's work might be seen as an example by everyone. If that happens and the SEC really does use XRP as a model of how to regulate something well, it would be a huge change in tone. However, it would also send a strong message to the market that crypto rules are finally changing in the US. Even though it was meant to be funny, Elon Musk's spoof account might have said it best. We in the SEC community owe the SEC billions for all the stress and harm they caused. After all, the community watched as their asset was slandered, taken off the market, and closely watched, only to come back with more credibility and legal power. Now, that same group is watching as XRP goes from being a legal issue to a possible regulatory gold standard. Today, there's more at stake than just a name or a splash. The SEC has a chance to change the story and show that new ideas and rules don't have to be at odds with each other. If Ripple is really seen as a leader in developing crypto in a way that is compliant, it could lead to a more careful approach to all digital assets. It wouldn't just take back its place in the spotlight at that time, it would help show what responsible crypto looks like when the lawsuits are over. Ripple and the SEC have had a long, messy, and emotional history, but it looks like it's now becoming a story of recovery and leadership. I'm sure this makes you happy. Trust me, things are getting more interesting. Crypto experts are already sounding the alarm now that the SEC is changing its tone, and Ripple is finally getting the attention it deserves. It's not just that XRP is coming back, it might be getting ready for a big breakout. What comes next might blow your mind, so you'll want to see it. For those who stayed strong through the storms, the time they've been waiting for may finally have come. People who held XRP and didn't give up should be praised. As Steph said on X, "We're going to be rich soon." That level of trust isn't just hope, it's based on a lot of statements that are making waves in the crypto space. After years of legal problems and doubt in the market, XRP is now hitting important levels again. It's not just about price resistance or market cap this time, though. It has to do with change. From $27.00 to $120.00 and even $10.00 in XRP. The statements are strong and don't back down. Greg dropped a bomb when he said that XRP would go to $27.00 and then $120.00. Zach Rector said it even better. XRP is the next Bitcoin, but on steroids. $10.00 in XRP is possible. Then King XRP came along, citing Forbes and setting a new record high of $58.00 per coin. You might think it's crazy until you remember that Bitcoin used to be worth much less than a penny. What caused this confidence boost? Because of shifting government rules, XRP's growing importance in world finance, and a strong group that has been through a lot. Barry C., a crypto expert, just broke it down. He thinks that once XRP hits $100.00, it could go through the roof and hit $1.00 because everyone will want to be a part of the future of money. When $100.00 stops being expensive, that tipping point could set off a fear-fueled rise like nothing we've seen before. For early Bitcoin fans, it's like old times. Few people thought Bitcoin would last when it was worth less than $100.00. That said, the people who were skeptical finally bought. Now XRP could go through the same thing. Some people think that Ripple will not only follow Bitcoin's path, but even go further than it. Ashley Prosper, a crypto expert who looked into XRP's future in stages, made one of the most interesting predictions. Ashley's model says that legal clarity and the growth of Ripple's on-demand liquidity system could push XRP to $500.00 in Phase 1. As more banks start using the XRP system in Phase 2, it could reach $2,000.00. In the third phase, XRP could hit $13.00 if it becomes a part of traditional finance around the world. When you go over $20.00, it's time to have a serious talk about it as part of a core global monetary infrastructure. In crypto, price estimates often walk a fine line between being true and being a bunch of hype. But what makes the XRP group unique is why they believe what they do. Price isn't the only thing. They think that the way money moves between countries will change in a big way. Find out how to get cash and how digital assets are used in global banking. You're so lucky, as Edo Farina said in his tweet. He could be right. Because if this is the start of XRP's story, it could be one of the most powerful in the history of crypto. Let's talk about relationships now. This one comes straight from the top. Yes, Ripple CEO is coming out. What he has to say could make a huge difference. This isn't just another note from the company. It's strong proof that Ripple's effect around the world is growing quickly. And you know it's serious when the man in charge starts dropping hints. You don't want to miss this other sign that prices are going up. Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, recently emphasized a key point that has been at the heart of the company's success. Not only is XRP a token, it's also a way for some of the biggest banks in the world to make deals possible. In a recent statement, Garlinghouse talked about how XRP is becoming more popular around the world and how it helps make cross-border payments faster and cheaper. Ripple's enterprise solutions are changing the way payments are made around the world,